What's up, Twitch? Testing out some new toys, doing some things, uh, getting a more stable system set up, I guess. So that's what I'm playing with. Hence why I've got like a mic that's actually closer to my face than something else. But yeah, only gonna work for a little while, then getting on dinner. Probably will come back after that and might hustle in the shop some this evening, but who knows? I'm thinking tomorrow, Tuesday, is gonna be a bigger day. So yeah, working on a mermaid. This is part of a commission I've mentioned a few times. I've already got it warming up in the kiln next to me, so I'm gonna pull those pieces out soon. I'll switch to the hand cam, and we'll roll. Get everything lit first. First time firing up today, so gases are probably leveling out. As those pressures stabilize, I can turn things back on. So get the rest of my ventilation up. Just playing with that as I was trying to set levels. I might need a little more slack. There we go. Trying not to rip everything off the table.
Of course, resistance goal is to have the same is until our death. Other manifestations of resistance can be emotional development, sex, masturbation, TV, content, and this field describes that coaching is always a manifestation of resistance, but it will feel low and feel comfortable.
So right now what I already have is color section of the torso prepped. And I'm trying to re-warm up the top half, so I'm going to start sculpting kind of the shoulders, chest, neck area. From there, I'll go in and keep adding detail and kind of switch axis or switch directions, then make a tail on the end. I'm slowly trying to warm it up because this is all solid. It's actually going to become part of a stem for a goblet. So I wanted to be a little more robust. Usually I've made these forms as like pipes. I feel like I have a section of this torso around. I might pull that down. And then use that as like a thicker rod to make the arms.
Yes.
Alright. Reset, recalibrate.
I think all really good spots for three chapters. Here's three books. Hold on. Hold on.
So here, trying to rewarm everything, getting it nice and even. And then I'm going to have a punty, and this is actually a custom color blend that I created of a flesh tone. I have some more to my left. So I'm trying to be cautious with how I use it and spend it, because I only have this many, or this much of it. So if I have to redo it, I gotta redo it all. That doesn't sound fun. So I'm going to use a colored punty to be more gentle on it. This is again like a clear cord piece with color on the exterior. So it's just a little veneer. But this way I can stretch it down and keep it a little thicker so it'll be quicker to sculpt. It's really curious how the cameras handle the heat. I feel like most of the time used for like streaming. Eh. So I really gotta soak that heat in. I want the whole thing to be hot so it's actually moving, not just a little bit. Alright, now I got a handle on each side. I could really soak this in, get a lot of heat in it, and have some control to stretch it down. This is one of my favorite parts. Especially doing it in the hot shop where it can be way bigger and soupier. This is where I'm going to carefully stretch it. Muted lurker in the corner. What up? Just chilling, playing today. Working on some sculpture for a commission. Kind of shaping up this custom color. And might set this aside. Bench cool. Maybe give it a quick anneal. Guess we'll see. Potentially I can tear this off and start making the arms. Almost thinking it was too big. So I need to work on the shape of this figure a little more before I start doing all the attachments. Got it stretched out. A little dust. So yeah, this is near the shapes that I want it to be, but not quite. I think I need to thicken up the waist some, make it a little more voluptuous. Again, I'm going to come in with a color punty to the body. I might have to offset it some because there's a bit of a wiggle. That way I can turn evenly if it's offset. There we go. So I'm letting this handle set up so I actually have control when I melt. Nice slow heat. I'll start to squish it in. I'm actually going to compress slightly, kind of like a Maria. Theory, I could have done this earlier, or earlier in the shaping, but I guess I didn't notice it. I wasn't thinking about it as closely. So yeah, I saw the shoulders. They look a little broad. Definitely going to trim some down from the top. Maybe almost even like half of it. It's quite a bit. A little heat, giving a little compression. So I'm really trying to feel how soft it is to get an idea of when and how much I can squish. It's already looking a little better. Just a little wider on that waist. Here, might work on the taper a little bit, the tail. Make sure it's thickened up pretty proportionately because I want it to not have this kind of skinny indentation where the waist was created now. So we have a nice even form. Slowly introducing that heat again. kind of the same move. I'm compressing, but I'm holding it in place where it's already thick with the marver. That way, in theory, as I squish, it only squishes out in that skinnier section because everywhere else is held in place. Yeah. Yeah. Now she's getting a little more hips in the top area. Yeah. Just read your note about that you're also on the stream. Don't mind me, I'm actually going to take off shortly. Probably in the next like 10 minutes. It's almost dinner time for me. I got to start up the grill. Just kind of here just to get this piece started before dinner. And then wanted to hear how the mic was. That's part of what I've been struggling with is having the ventilation just sound like I'm underwater the whole time. Alright, so now I'm going to work on more of the top. I can trim the tail down as needed. Really, my angle here is to get this all proportionate. Might have done a bad thing of removing that handle. I want her to be more waisty. I guess I can use my tweezers. Alright, sculpting tools. Graphite, graphite, graphite. Maybe a real knife. I'm a real big fan of this one. It's like the graphite butter knife. Mm. I gotta trim off like this whole top half. So much color. Yeah, I might have to take it off with a rod to see if I can save it, turn it back into another tube, another rod. Because it's flat, almost heating up the wider sides as I go in. I even use this rod to kind of pinch a constriction. It's kind of working. I'm real good. Maybe I'll get a neck out of it. And this way, here I'm kind of slowly bringing that color together. Graphite bladed jacks. I guess they'd be like parchokes. I need to be able to just squeeze it enough that I get like the head and shoulders out of it. Be perfect. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to make all that. Yeah. It's already better proportion to my sketch. Drawing up here, maybe if I leave it in view. That drawing is actually the Medusa, but it's going to be the scale of the mermaid as well. I'm using it as a reference for size. The mermaid drawing is a little bigger than what the client wanted. So that's where I can't decide if I left too much glass or not enough. This actually might be just right. Factor in a forehead and all that. Tweak the shoulders a little bit and kind of rough. Ooh. This tool's warmed up some. One of the first things I'm always telling my students is pay attention where your tools are, how hot they get. Grab the business ends, or don't, rather. Yeah, the whole thing's a business ends. Where do you even start? Alright, so then we'll punty, maybe thin out the waist some. And I might have to throw it in the kiln and start some coals. Maybe I'll be back in just a moment. Now we got the hips, gotta make that waist. We'll turn both ways. Yeah. Just a little bit of a change. Subtle. And that's where sculpture comes in. It's just like these small little incremental changes. Going back in, working on the head. I'll get that a little rounded out. And yeah, gotta go take a pause. Get some charcoal going, 'cause it's springtime in my neck of the woods. Get some steaks on the grill. Warm up some zucchini. Okay. So it may or may not be back on later. It really just depends on the time of evening. Probably shooting more for tomorrow as the bigger push. So really only work in the morning and then I'll be off. Kind of like pushing one side then the other. Very hot shot. I think the head might be a little small. So close though. So I can definitely see a difference in that torso and how it got shaped. Hold it up to the other cam. And she's inevitably going to get some hair and all that, and then her tail will get tapered out. Already kind of knuckled it off here to show where it's going to get cut. So far, it's looking good. Right, gonna get this in the kiln. I'm gonna take a bit of a hiatus and jump in on dinner. So, be excellent, y'all. Thanks for tuning in for a brief minute. Like I said, I might be back, may not. Probably tomorrow, though, for sure. Maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock. Cheers.